Well, Prince Harry is not too happy with Meghan Markle because she's been posting some things on social media and he ain't liking it. Millie Bobby Brown is making some new allegations about her co-star David Harbour from the set of It Ends, or sorry, not It Ends with Us, Stranger Things, the set of Stranger Things. And then Jonathan Bailey was just named Sexiest Man Alive. And I'm kind of here for it, but I know some people may not be. Lots to get into. I hope you're ready for it. Let's dive in. This is No Filter with Zack Peter, your go-to source for all the latest pop culture and reality TV tea, serve fresh all week long. Now, let's dive in. What's up, guys? Welcome on in, everybody in the club. Everybody in the club. I hope everybody is off to a great start to your week. We are officially in, I guess, holiday countdown mode now that what is it? Thanksgiving's over, so now we're getting into Halloween's over. Now we're getting into Thanksgiving and Christmas. Kay says, Zach looking sexy as usual. I don't feel sexy. I actually feel like a hot mess today. I just feel like my hair is fine, but like my skin, I feel like looks bad. Sorry, I'm being hypercritical of myself today. But yeah, I literally just said fixing his hair. I know I always, every time I look at myself on here, I'm always playing with my hair. But then I also realize that when I'm looking at myself, when I can see myself, it's not what you guys see because I have a mirrored version. And so what I see looks different from what you see. Like sugar on my tongue, tongue, tongue. My body is so sweet, sweet, sweet. Da-na-na-na-na-na. Oh, but I did take a cute thirst trap this morning, so that's at least giving me, um, some good juju, good energy, good vibes. I feel like I might be getting a little bit of a cold. I feel a little fatigued today, but it's okay. Like sugar on my tongue, tongue, tongue. Your body is so sweet, sweet, sweet. This is me after the gym this morning because I went in, I was up in the gym working on my fitness. He's my witness. Hoo-wee. So yeah. Hi guys. Let's see. Josh says, I was about to say no sound. However, it helps to turn power on. That does help to turn power on. Oh, yes, I'm wearing, those are Hoochie Zaddy shorts. Send love to Elsie, by the way, guys. She's having surgery today. She got like an epidural, and I was like, girl, you having a baby? And she's like, no, just surgery. So sending love to Elsie. Sending love to Elsie. So in her honor, I made sure to put on some Hoochie Zaddy shorts. I feel like my legs look super long with these shorts. My legs, I feel like, are not that long. All right. Speaking of, let's dive into Sexiest Man Alive. And that is none other than Mr. Jonathan Bailey, who is actually looking so good, good, like sugar on my tongue. He's actually looking very, very delicious. Am I right? Are we a fan? Do we believe that he is the sexiest man alive, as People magazine has now named him? So I saw some people were like, why wasn't it this person or why wasn't it that person? And I don't think people realize like these things are like paid PR. This isn't like it's not organic. It's here, let's pull up the let's ooh, let's go through the actual images from People magazine and then you guys can determine what. I mean, I think he's really hot, but he didn't get this based off of like merit. This is a DEI hire, okay? Well, actually no, it's a PR hire. So Jonathan Bailey is in the new Wicked movie. I mean, he does look really cute. Like he is very sexy. Like and the dog, like putting him with a cute dog is just like so yummy. His arms are good. He's just got like a cute face. He's got a nice body. I mean, he's a dancer, right? Like sugar on my tongue, tongue. Like he's cute. He's got the cute facial hair. He's got a good hairline. He's got very cute eyes. You know, he's got a little grit to him. I'm a fan. Let's see. Oh, people are agreeing. Look, these are some of the comments that quantified him as hottest man alive. Let's see. He is the most adorable human alive, a gorgeous, authentic, intelligent man with the kindest heart, nothing sexier. I want him to crush me through his arms like a pasta machine. Oof. I need 20 copies of this right now. Want to be that dog so bad right now. Goodness, every shot of Johnny is gorgeous. No one deserves this more than Johnny. So proud of him. He's a wonderful person inside and out. This will heal the world during these dark times. The diamond of the season. One of the only things to come out of 2025. We needed this. He can come to my house and rob me of all my valuables. Hang it in the Louvre. Hearing Jonathan Bailey speak words of Mr. Darcy has entirely altered my brain chemistry. I knew it. OML. What is OML? Oh my lord. Oh my lord, People Magazine 8. So good this year. I actually think this was a great pick because we've had some bad ones. Remember when Gwyneth Paltrow won Most Beautiful Woman Alive and people were like, what? Gwyneth Paltrow, Most Beautiful Woman Alive? Like, she's not ugly, but like, come on. So, surprised it wasn't Dylan Efron because it doesn't get picked on merit, you guys. How they choose these covers is it's all PR. Jonathan Bailey is in the new Wicked movie. The new Wicked movie is coming out. Oh, that's right, in November on Thanksgiving. I believe it's Thanksgiving. But so like, hello, did you just fall out of a coconut tree? He is like, this is total promotion for Wicked. So don't be shocked. But look, it even says on the cover, wickedly handsome and oh so charming. We know we nailed it. Of course, he's the hottest. He's gorgeous and he's hot, but it's also meant to promote Wicked. Christina says, oh my God, I can't wait for Wicked 2. I didn't expect to like it as much as I did. Same. Joy says, Zach, you are much cuter. Let's be real. I think Jonathan Bailey's hot. I don't like sugar on my tongue. Your body is so sweet. Uh, 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 So, yeah. Zach is definitely hot AF. You guys are just being nice to me now. You two look good next to each other. Thank you. This would be a hot couple, right? Like, could you imagine like what in the OnlyFans we could produce with that? Oh, he's great. He really is. He's 5'11", so he's not like super tall. I'm 5'8", so we're like right. Like that would be a perfect match. You know, he's 37, I'm 32. Also perfect match because he's just like a little bit older than me and like a little bit taller than me. Like, I think I'm here for it. I would absolutely. Jonathan Bailey, who was that asking me? Oh, yesterday I was asked at dinner. I went to dinner with some friends and they were like, who's your celebrity crush? And you guys are going to die if I tell you who my celebrity crush would be. But is he good enough for you, Zach? Laura and I need to meet him first. I actually think you may see me, Zach, slide into his DMs. Yeah, right. Like Jonathan Bailey's going to be like, hey, yeah, let me come on down. You know, every other twink in West Hollywood is literally throwing their butthole at him. Like, trust me. I'm good. They were asking who is my celebrity crush. You guys are gonna die. You're gonna die. Can anybody guess who they think may be my celebrity crush? Like sugar Zack is one of the sexiest men. You guys are crazy. You guys are just like gassing me up. He seems like a great guy. He does seem like a great guy, right, Jennifer? Tell us. Well, you have to take a guess first. Does anybody have any guesses? It's a little controversial. I'll tell you that. Oh my God, could you imagine if my celebrity crush was Ryan Reynolds? That's hilarious. No, it's definitely not Ryan Reynolds. I can assure you of that. As much as I know you guys would love that nothing more and would probably ship me and Ryan Reynolds, it is definitely not Ryan Reynolds, sadly. I will not be trying to steal him from Blake Lively anytime soon. Like sugar on my tongue. Okay, I'll take 2 more guesses and then I'll give you the grand reveal of who. I mean, I think it's a great choice, but it's also just a very controversial choice. I'll tell you that. No, it's not Hugh Jackman. Is he in movies or TV? Movies, Brad Pitt is way too basic. Chris Pratt, very yummy. I even like a little dad bod Chris Pratt, right? Like when he had a little belly and he was married to Anna Faris. I was even down for that. Is your crush gay or straight? I guess it could be up in the air, right? What's with YouTube? What's with these grifting YouTubers and making up crap about Harry and Meghan and that guy wouldn't look twice at you? Thank you, Anne. Bitch, don't come up into my live stream with your ugly fat ass trying to come up in here and talk shit. And I ain't got time today. I ain't in the mood today. All right? I am not in the mood today. So take the dildo out your ass, go find you a real man that's going to take you out and buy you a nice dinner that's more than your McDonald's Happy Meal. Okay? Actually, you should have more McDonald's Happy Meals and then maybe you won't be such a bitch. Woody Allen. No, definitely not Woody Allen. Oh my God, Harry Sisson? Absolutely not. Although, is Harry the one of them? It's not Parker. It's Parker, all the Dem twinks. It's Parker, Harry, and what's the third one? Harry's the one that's been going to the gym though lately, right? It's Parker, Harry, and shit, what's the third one? Anyway, it's not RFK Jr. It's not Billy Bob Thornton. No, my celebrity crush, drum roll please, is none other than Armie Hammer. And you know you would let Armie Hammer your coochie. Like, just don't even deny it. Don't even deny it. Armie Hammer is hot. I would let him nibble a rib. I've said that before. I would let him nibble. Muddy Grace said barf. Billy Bush is hot. I will say that. I will give it to Billy Bush. Billy is hot. Everyone's like, what? Quincy said, okay, controversial. Joy says, damn, he looks hot in the picture. He is hot. Armie Hammer can bite. I know. I would let him just like nibble on a rib. You know, I'd be like, oof, come take a bite of this barbecue. Drop the hammer. Ew, Armie Hammer is not cute. You don't think Armie Hammer is cute? Armie Hammer is so cute. LMAO, the cannibalism controversy. He was exonerated, okay? He was found not guilty of cannibalism. Just a very wild, dirty talk. See? Elaine in the live chat says Armie Hammer is hot for sure. Thank you. I don't like Billy Bush's voice. That's not very nice, Olive. Carol says he's so controversial. Is he? Mighty Gray says he'll eat your tip. He can eat the whole thing. He can have more than just the tip. You know, he's tall. He's very tall. Climb him like a tree. Isn't he a cannon bizzer? I don't know what a cannon bizzer is, but he doesn't eat people, guys. He doesn't eat people. He may eat your coochie, but he's not going to eat you. He's not Jeffrey Dahmer. And also, he was completely exonerated. Okay. Zach, do you need me to buy you a pair of Zaddy shorts like I bought Billy? I will, but you have to dance with them like Billy did. I wear Hoochie Zaddy shorts all the time. I just showed you me in some Hoochie Zaddy shorts. Are these not considered Hoochie Zaddy shorts? You can see all my leg. And then when I'm like benching, you can like see my bulge and everything. I'd be thirst trapping at the gym. I always thought Armie Hammer was a hottie. He's so hot, supposedly quite kinky. Yeah, there's nothing wrong with that. You really like a bad boy, don't you? Oh, I do. Love Billy for you, Zach. Well, isn't Armie Hammer is hot? Loved him and Call Me By Your Name. I know. I'm sad we're not getting a sequel to Call Me By Your Name. No teeth. Never with teeth. Never. The cannibalism accusations ruined his career. I know. He doesn't beat women. He's never beat. Where did that come from? He's never been accused of beating women. That's like a total fake news. Lisa says Billy Bush is hot. He is hot. He sells timeshares. He used to sell timeshares. Now he has a podcast. It's called Armie Hammer Time. Armie is filming movies again. He's on his third movie. Good for him. There's probably some straight guys at the gym trying not to look at me. Give me Slash any day of the week or Lenny Kravitz. Love me, dirty rocker boys. Not my vibe. I like my men showered. You know? Go for it, Zach. He can be your sugar daddy. Armie Hammer, he's kind of broke right now. So I think I probably make more than Armie Hammer does at the moment. All right. Let's give a shout out to this week's sponsor, and then we'll get into the Meghan, Harry, and Millie Bobby Brown of it all. When the holiday season rolls around, it feels like there's a party every weekend, right? But like sometimes maybe you're not in the mood to drink. Maybe you're more so in the mood for, a little lift, a little buzz, but you don't really want that hangover the next day. I feel you. For me, I want the vibe of like cold nights, cozy blankets, and some Souls out of office gummies. I got them right here. It's my new favorite routine. Mm-mm-mm-mm-mm. Or maybe throw on some Housewives, grab a gummy and unwind. Maybe that's what I'll do to get through the Real Housewives of Orange County reunion this week. It's a little self-care ritual. It keeps me calm throughout this holiday chaos. Am I right? Because we're now approaching the holiday chaos. Soul is a wellness brand that believes feeling good should be fun and easy. Soul specializes in delicious hemp-derived THC and CBD products designed to boost your mood and help you unwind. Their best-selling out-of-office gummies, like these right here, were designed to provide a mild, relaxing buzz, boost your mood, enhance creativity and relaxation. With 5 different strains, you can tailor the dose to fit your vibe. From a gentle 1.5 milligram microdose to their newest 15-gram gummies for a more elevated experience. I like to take these and then go on some Instagram stories. These are 3 milligrams. So it's like right above, but like not quite at the full max, but it's still like a nice elevated buzz. I'm here for it. Take advantage of Soul's Black Friday Cyber Monday deal that's happening right now, okay? Early access just for you for a limited time. Get 40% off your entire order. You guys, you cannot miss this deal. 40% off. How do you pass up on a 40% off deal? But you have to go right now. Go to getsoul.com and use code NOFILTER for 40% off. That's getsoul, SOUL, getsoul.com, promo code NOFILTER for 40% off. Don't miss their best deal of the year. Go right now. Okay. Let's go. Let's get it. Let's go. Let's get it. Did Hammer Time end? I hope not. I want all the Hammer Time. Crystal says, when did the Cannibal Story come out? Did he just wait for a couple years? I think it came back it came out in what, like 2019, 2020, 2018? I feel like it was a while ago. He was cleared of everything. You are super handsome. You can land Jonathan Bailey. That's very sweet of you. I love your wishful thinking. So okay, let's talk about Meghan Markle and Prince Harry because he is not happy. Okay. I saw this article and he, I guess, is upset that Meghan Markle has been posting photos on Instagram and he doesn't like it because he wants to keep things low key. He's like, I don't want the kids out there. And she, I guess, I don't know, she's not listening to. I feel like their marriage is really hitting a rocky place. I feel like it's getting to like a really contentious place because I just feel like, I mean, we saw him watching the World Series with her and he looked so unhappy. He looked completely like just miserable in life. And she's been posting videos of him and the kids. They went to the pumpkin patch and they're doing jack-o'-lanterns. And so I guess he's uncomfortable with that. I mean, I guess he's the one that wants more of the low key life because remember that like stop looking at us, no paparazzi. We fled Toronto, we fled Canada because it was way too much. The paparazzi were just hounding us in Toronto, so let's go to California. There's no paparazzi there, right? So I guess there's a source that was talking to Page Six, and they said that Harry's very aware of how she's been parading him around, and he doesn't love the social media displays. Didn't she also? She was like posting like, "Oh, look at him like surfing." Like she's always posting these random photos of him, and it kind of just feels like she's like fishing for engagement. I don't know. I really am kind of over these two. Um, to me, they're a bit insufferable, and I'm kind of over them. I'm just like, listen, y'all are crazy. Crazy, crazy, crazy. What's interesting though, she doesn't share any photos of the kids' faces, which I guess is a good thing. I don't know. To me, they're just exhausting, insufferable, and I'm just tired of them because I'm just like, uh, uh, uh. Insufferable is the perfect word. Yeah. Was this source reliable? I wouldn't expect Harry to put that out against Meghan. I don't think Harry put that out. I'm sure he shared it with somebody close to them and it ended up getting shared somewhere publicly. But you can see that he doesn't want to be part of the public sphere. He doesn't want his life out there. He doesn't want the kids out there. And you can tell she very much wants it. Like she wants this mommy, mommy blogger brand. And yet she can't even post photos of the kids because obviously like Harry wants to respect their privacy. But I think she would absolutely exploit them in 2 seconds. I'm not one of those crazy people that goes down the conspiracies that like the kids aren't real. Because that's just crazy to me. But I don't think it's that the kids are different sizes. I think it's that the photos that Meghan posts are from different times. They're not like real time posts. Like she'll post a photo of Lily and she'll make it seem like it's recent, but it could have been an old photo, and that's why Lily's shorter. And then she'll post a more recent photo, and then Lily looks taller. Like I think that could possibly explain the discrepancies in the sizes of the children and the ages, but I don't know. Christina said that's good. Leave the kids off social media when you have fame. Yeah, I mean, I guess it's like a tricky thing, right? Like whether or not you want to have your kids exposed, like if you're on a reality show or if you're an actor or whatever the case may be, and you have a very public life, you have to kind of balance that out. Like Kourtney Kardashian right now, her kids are on the show, but now her new baby Rocky on the Kardashians, they blur his face out so you can't see him. I mean, we obviously know it's Rocky, but like it's a fine balance. 'Cause I was even saying, like, I don't know, like, with my kids, would I have them out there publicly? And then people are like, "What about AI? And people can AI your kids." And I was like, "Well, what are they gonna AI my children?" And, like, why would they like, I don't know. It's all very strange. Russ says, "I wish they would follow Princess Diana's lead and focus on charity work rather than grifting." Yeah, they definitely seem to be grifters for sure. Kay says, "It reminds me of that South Park episode where they made fun of them saying how much they wanna be everyone they wanna be like everyone else and don't want the attention while they're doing the opposite by Meghan's actions." Yeah, and they had the signs that said, "Leave us alone. Leave us alone. We want respect our privacy." And they're just, like, parading around with the signs. I remember that. I don't watch South Park, but I did see that little skit. He came to the US to get more privacy. That's not happening, it looks like. Well, obviously. I mean, who would have predicted that you would have less privacy in the US than you would in Canada, in Toronto of all places? I mean, how often are the paparazzi hounding all these celebrities in Toronto? To be fair though, um, like Toronto is becoming the new Hollywood. I'll give it that. Now that all the productions are moving out of Hollywood and they're moving to Canada, but, I mean, come on, the paparazzi was not that bad with Meghan and Harry in Toronto, and they're the royal refugees. They had to flee the dangerous state of Canada to come to live in California, where, they're definitely gonna get away from the paparazzi here. Jonah says, "I'm a blogger, but I should publish my kids at Instagram." Say what? Nancy says, "I can hear you. I can relate. Meghan and Harry are not royalty. They are only disloyalty." Ooh, snap. Nancy came in with the zingers. She's like, "They're not royalty. They're disloyalty." Snap. There we go with the Real Housewives taglines. The worldwide privacy tour. Yeah. Privacy, please. It really is funny. When people troll them, "I want to be a royal refugee, rough life," right? He wants to live in Africa. Didn't. Yeah, he wanted to, like, live in a tent and, like, live with the animals out in the wild, and she's dragged him out to Montecito, and he doesn't want this life. You can tell he has no interest in this life, but she wants this life so bad. Christina said, "I just want him to get his family back. The kids should know their family." I agree. I think it's unfortunate that the kids don't know their family. I think it's unfortunate that he's become estranged from his own family. It's unfortunate. Okay, let's talk about Millie Bobby Brown because this one's kind of crazy. So Millie, the princess is here. Sierra, this beat is automatic, supersonic, hypnotic, funky, fresh. Work my body so melodic just because I throw my chest. Everybody, Ma and Bobby came to party. Grab somebody. Okay, so Millie plays 11 on Stranger Things. Who here watches Stranger Things? Raise your hand. I love Stranger Things. I'm very excited for the final episodes of Stranger Things. We have Thanksgiving, we have Christmas, and then we have New Year's Eve. And I'm very excited for all of that. So I'm a little shocked by this news that I guess before going into the 5th and final season, Millie Bobby Brown had made some allegations against her co-star David Harbour. He plays Eleven's dad. So she plays 11, who's a little bald girl, and she's the one with all the powers. And she's like, whew. And then Hopper is his name, is his character. He's Sergeant Hopper. He's a cop in Stranger Things, and he ends up becoming like her TV dad or her like adoptive dad, because he like finds her and then he takes care of her because he's the cop, and then he's like trying to help her, and she's like with all her powers. And so David Harbour also was recently married to Lily Allen, and then she came out with her new album, and she's like, Pussy Palace, and apparently he like cheated on Lily Allen. But now Millie Bobby Brown, these allegations have come to light, and there was apparently months and months of investigations going into these allegations that she made against David Harbour. But it's so interesting because their relationship doesn't seem to be reflective of how she seems to describe it. Like, they seem very close when they're on red carpets together. And I would love to know more about what these allegations actually are. We don't have any details on what they are. We don't have any details on what the investigation ultimately found. But even when it came to taping the series finale, Millie she had to have like an approved person on set with her so that she could feel safe around Harbour. But like, this is them together. And so this is what he had to say about her. This was back in 2021. When was the last season? Stranger Things. Because there have been multiple. Okay, so season 4 was 2022. Season 1 was 2016. Damn, it's been over 10 years? No. Well, 9 years. But they began filming 10 years ago because it premiered in 2016, but obviously it took them a while before that because they were like kids, and now they're technically still kids, but they're all like grown adults at this point. But we have season 5 that's coming. Let's see. Okay, so season 5 is going to be 8 episodes. We have chapter 1 and chapter 1, 2, 3, and 4 that'll be dropping on Thanksgiving. Oh my, you have no idea how excited I am about this. Like, I have been waiting for this. So Thanksgiving, we get 4 episodes, chapters 1 through 4. And then on Christmas Day, we get 3 more episodes. We get chapter 5, chapter 6, and chapter 7. And then on New Year's Eve is when we get chapter 8, like the big grand finale, which is so exciting. Like, you have no idea how excited I am. But we don't have any details about the allegations other than harassment and bullying, or is what she claimed against him. So the specifics, we don't know, but apparently she came with pages and pages and pages of allegations, and it took months and months for them to do an internal investigation. We don't know what the findings of that investigation are. We'll see how they promote the show. I mean, they're now starting to do promos for the final season, but it'll be interesting. Like, are they going to walk the red carpet together? Are we going to get more photos of them like this? This was them like this. And I believe this was season 4 that they were promoting here. And season 4 was so this was back in 2022. But I do have a clip of a podcast that David Harbour did back in 2021. So before season 4 aired. So I'm curious, was there something that happened during filming of season 4? Because she made all these allegations before coming back to set on season 5. Was this a Blake Lively thing of like, I'm not filming unless here's my point of 17 or 32 items that I need addressed before I return to set? Like, I want to know like how big and bad this actually was. Oh, you think she has daddy issues? Possibly. So, but here's a clip of what David Harbour said back in 2021. And this is when he was watching a scene back from, I believe, season 3, the season 3 finale. This was July 27, 2021. And he is on, he did, the podcast is called That Scene with Dan Patrick. And I guess they review scenes that the actors have been in. So this is him reacting to the season 3 finale.
And then maybe by the end of it, maybe if you're lucky, maybe I will
Maybe what?
continue to allow you to date my daughter.
What do you take away from that first time you saw 11 read that letter?
I didn't get to see her shoot it, so I really just shoot my portion of it, and then I watch the show along with everybody else when it comes out.
That's the first time you saw her in that scene.
Yeah, and we shoot a lot in order. So I shot that big fight, and I have like little things like that, and then I shot my sequence in the cabin towards the end. I hadn't seen her for months at the end of the shoot, and then for 6 months in post-production. So yeah, I just watched it along with everybody else when it came out. It's beautiful. I mean, Millie and I have always had sort of a special relationship because I knew her when she was so young, and I knew her before any of this big fame hit. I have a real protective feeling for her. I have a real worry about her. I worry about her and the fame and all that she has to struggle with. And I've just always felt this kind of deep fatherly affection for her. So, it's on one hand wonderful to see her do this beautiful job. It's so moving. And on the other hand, I can really only see her as this 11 character and to see her in that pain. I mean, I remember even that scene where she's wandering around at the end of the, after Joyce comes out, Hopper's dead, and she's looking for him. And I remember, just what an awful thing to have this innocent little creature that's been holed up finally find someone who cares about her and takes care of her, and to lose that person.
So that's what he had to say about her back in 2021. And I think he's speaking of her very endearingly, right? What kind of relation? He says he is feeling very fatherly like over her. He plays her father role in the film. Hopper is, he becomes like 11's adoptive father. So, Millie's character. And then she grew up on set with him. So it is very strange. I don't know what happened between them. Lori says it's sad that Blake makes us question people now. I know. And that's literally what we've been saying from the beginning, that this is the damage that Blake Lively was going to be doing. After the Blake Lively case, I now wait for more information before I judge. Yeah, we listen and we don't judge. Ashley says, I didn't think I would like this show, but so many people kept recommending it. So I gave it a shot and I was hooked. Yes, it's so long. So long. I hope it's resolved. I hope so too. Miranda says we can binge the whole series. I don't like waiting for 10 years. Well, now is your chance to start binging it because you have the final episodes that are coming this month and by New Year's Day. It's crazy that we're already at the end of the year. That's wild. We're in November. We're hitting the holiday season. This is so wild. Yeah. Here's what Millie had to say though, because people are now digging up this interview that she did. She was promoting her movie Damsel. This was back in 2024, so March of 2024, almost 2 years ago. She was doing an interview with MTV, and so this is what she had to say when something came up, and there was a headline, I believe, in the New York Post, and they're like, "Look she was shading him," and this is where she's talking about her wedding, her upcoming nuptials, and whether or not it's going to be Stranger Things themed and who's going to be the officiant. So let's play this clip and then I'll give my thoughts. But let's watch the clip first and then we'll decide whether or not we think that this is a real, if this is shady on her end or coy on her end or there's no big deal.
Not going to be part of the...
Not the vibe. Definitely not the vibe.
But you are going with Stranger Things themed. You're obviously going to walk down the aisle to the music from the show.
It's going to be black and red. Is the theme. I'm going to shave my hair off.
Right. Harper is officiating.
Yes. I don't know how I feel. Sure. Matthew Modine, I think.
Okay.
Yeah.
If you're going to select a cast member, that's the officiant?
Of course.
Yeah.
He's my fake dad.
So this is where she's like, he says Harbour is going to officiate. And she's going to be like, yes. I don't know how I feel about that. Is this shady? I don't think it's that shady. I don't know. When did filming for Stranger Things season 5 begin? begin? Let's see. Filming for Stranger Things began on January 8th, 2024. So this interview of her was March 6th, 2024. So they had already gone into production for season 5 when she taped this interview with MTV, which means that she had already resolved her issues with David Harbour. So she had already launched all of these allegations against him at this point, right? If the timeline is timelining, yeah, they officially started filming on January 8th, 2024. Everything was delayed because of the strike in 2023. And then filming was complete in December of 2024. Wow, so they filmed these last 8 episodes for a whole year. That's insane. Interesting that they're saying that the production was halted because of the strike. I wonder if there was any halt because of the allegations that she launched against David Harbour. It's British humor. That's what I'm thinking. I'm thinking it's not that deep. I don't think she's like intentionally shading him. Julia says, I like him. I hope he's not a creep. Well, the allegations are of bullying, right? Like, remember Claire, the chick from the Big Girl movie? Remember she made that movie with Wayfair about the big girls that do big girl things? And she's like, go big girls, and we're going to use body positive designers and whatnot. And so Wayfair was publishing that movie, and she said that Justin Baldoni verbally harassed her. And so that's why she was like upset, and she didn't want to work with Baldoni because he verbally harassed her. But then there was like, oh, another person comes out on set and says that Baldoni harassed them. But it was like, oh, verbally, like what did he? Did he try to lift you too? Like, what did he do? He said, no, I can't lift you. If I couldn't lift Blake, I definitely couldn't lift you. Like, what did he say that hurt your feelings so badly? So it's uncertain what these bullying allegations were, but they're not like sexual harassment allegations. It's bullying. It's he didn't say nice things to me, or he teased me, or he was mean to me in some way. And they investigated it. And they apparently had pages and pages and pages of allegations against David Harbour. Uncertain what those exact allegations are, though. So at this point in time, if we're analyzing this, but it's also uncertain of when all of this alleged stuff took place, right? I don't know. Because then season 4 premiered in May of 2022, which is where we see like these photos of them, and they seem like copacetic. This is 2022. And then between 2022 and 2024, that's 2-ish years of like uncertainty in between. But they weren't even filming then. They haven't filmed since like 2021, right? Because if it came out in 2022, then I would assume they filmed season 4 in 2021, which was around the time that he did the interview that he did after season 3, which wrapped in 2019. So they had just finished, I think they must have been filming season 4 when he had nothing but nice things to say about her in 2021. And they seem fine and copacetic at the premiere in 2022 of season 4. And then something apparently happened going into season 5 where she's just like, suddenly he's a bully. But like, this is season 4, them on the red carpet together, and they seem fine, you know? I don't know. Why you judge her clothes? I didn't judge her clothes. I thought her clothes looked fine. Lori says, in my opinion, she lied. See what Blake Lively did? See what Blake Lively, she now has made us doubt all women. Ariana says it's so odd and subjective. Yeah, when you say somebody bullied you, that is very odd. It's very subjective. But again, when was the alleged bullying going on? I assume it was on the set. And this is her at the premiere, though, for season 4. And she seemed fine when she did the interview with MTV in 2024 as well. But at that point, they had already gone into production for season 5. and she had to have somebody on set when they filmed the finale, the series finale. I don't know. I have so many questions. Call Zack Sherlock Holmes. I don't know, guys. Not really sure what to say. Not really sure what to do. Not really sure how to feel. But it just feels a little sketchy. Feels a little weird. Feels a little whiny. The Kim P says the time to address bullying is at the time that it is taking place. Yeah. T Watambo says David was living a double life, so I'm sure he was going through some things. Oh, yeah. Yeah, because he was cheating on Lily Allen. Pussy Palace, Pussy Palace, Pussy Palace, Pussy Palace. Have you heard her new song? Pussy Palace, Pussy Palace, Pussy Palace, Pussy Palace. They were together for 4 years. She was probably friends with Lily Allen and is siding with Lily. I don't know. It feels like maybe people are being a little bit sensitive. A little bit, Ariana. We need to make America less sensitive again. Make America cry again. Speaking of, this was really funny. I saw this headline. I guess it was published yesterday, and I just thought it was funny because I never know what's going to get picked up, right? I put so much content out, and I never know what like anybody's going to say about like, or if anybody's going to pick up anything that I said. But so there was this article that I saw that came out. It says Zack Peter issues 4-word response after reports claim Justin Baldoni did not miss a deadline in Blake Lively lawsuit. Details explored. And at first I was like, what did I say? My 4-word response. I was like, was it explicit? Did I curse? Like, what could my 4-worded response have been? I just thought it was so funny. This was on Sportskeeda. Paul says, can't watch this guy. Great, Paul, then don't. It's not that hard. But it was just funny. I was like, what could my 4-word response have been? And then I scrolled through the article. And it was me saying, cry harder, Blake Bots. That was my 4-worded response. And I just thought that was hilarious. Cry harder, Blake Bots. I just thought that was funny. I wrote that. I shared the Us Weekly reporting accurately, reporting more factually about how Justin did not miss a deadline and he had never planned on filing his appeal or his amended complaint. He can still, I believe, file an appeal if he wants to, but I don't know. Ooh. So we need a shirt with your 4-word response. Cry harder, Blake Bots. Would you buy that if I actually did that? Cry harder, Blake Bots. Sometimes as you grow older and look back on what happened to you, you realize the depth of the bullying. You realize the depth of the bullying was on you. We need to wait and listen to the entire story from both sides. The depth of the bullying was on you. What does that mean? Is that like her skirt was so short that she deserved it? Interesting. Interessante. Oh man, look at these other. Also trending. Democratic dinosaur Piers Morgan hits back at Nancy Pelosi after she brands Trump the worst thing on earth. Take the report with a grain of salt. Perez reacts to reports of claiming Millie Bobby Brown filed harassment. Well, I'm trending with Piers Morgan and Perez Hilton. But I just thought that this was funny. That was my 4-letter response. Cry harder. That's right, bitch. Cry harder. How many F's do I give? How many F's do I give? 0, 0, none, not 1. 0, 0, done. This is my handle, says Real Talk. David Harbour just seems like an a-hole. He kind of does. Like he does give me those vibes, but like I don't know. The depth of how the bullying affected you. Yeah, I agree. I mean, listen, it's also really hard because the past 10 years, right? 2015 to 2025, right? Going through the last 3 election cycles, like there's been this like perpetual victimhood that has been, embedded in our culture. And it's like, if anybody hurts my feelings, if anybody makes me uncomfortable, if anybody triggers me, like, it's like you're this perpetual victim. And listen, I've gotten caught up in that victim mentality, or there have been situations where I was just like, oh my God, that traumatized me. And then I look back at it and I'm like, it didn't traumatize me. It was a human being that made a mistake or did something stupid, or, did something that maybe made me uncomfortable, or maybe that I didn't like, or, I didn't appreciate, or that, did violate me in some way. But like the depth of the reactions for me, and I can only speak from my own personal viewpoints on things. Like I look back at so many things and I was like, I didn't need to make that a bigger deal than it. I didn't need to make that as big of a deal as I did. Like, I feel like culturally we were just really pushed and pressured to become perpetual victims, right? And I mean, that's not to say that there weren't important conversations that were fostered, right? Like Me Too and Time's Up. I think that opened up a bigger conversation. It made us more mindful of things that were, inappropriate, and boundaries that should not have been crossed. But also, I think there were some people that like really went so hard and like, look at Blake Lively, overshot the mark and like stretched it and exaggerated it, and made themselves out to be the ultimate victim. And it really kind of just takes away from the situations where that is real and that is serious. And that's not just when it comes to SH or SA. I mean that just in general, right? Bullying became such a big word. Oh, you're a bully. Oh, you're a bully. Oh, you're a bully. And I'm just like, oh my God, just because somebody says something that you don't like or that triggers an insecurity in yours does not make them a bully. Like, it just means that there's an insecurity. There's a sensitivity in there in you. And that's for you to work out. Triggers are not other people's responsibilities. Boundaries are for you, not for other people. You don't set boundaries and then police people for not respecting your boundaries. Your boundaries are for you to protect you to the best of your ability, right? You can't be upset if somebody triggers you unintentionally and then you make them out to be the devil because they triggered you unintentionally and happened to violate one of your boundaries. That doesn't make them a bad person, especially if they're not aware of what your boundaries are or what your triggers are. Now, if it's a repetitive cycle where somebody knows your boundaries and they know your triggers and they're intentionally trying to harm you by violating them or to hurt you in that way, then that is a mean person and you should probably distance yourself from them or set stricter boundaries for yourself to limit your access to that person, right? Your boundaries are not rules for other people. Your boundaries are rules for yourself. But we've gotten into this therapy culture where everything is like my trauma and my childhood and my anxiety. I forgot who I was watching a video on Instagram the other day, and they were talking about anxiety. And I don't remember, was it Bill Maher? I can't remember. And I hate that I can't remember because I would have loved to have brought the clip up. But I was scrolling and I came across it and they're like, everybody says my anxiety. Oh my God, my anxiety. When it's like, no, you don't have anxiety. It's like, yes, there are people that do have anxiety. And then there's stress. And stress is normal. Stress happens all the time. You get stressed sometimes, you get overwhelmed sometimes, but that does not mean that you have anxiety. And that does not mean that you're, like, you just are stressed out and you feel a little overwhelmed. And that's normal. We have to normalize people getting stressed, people feeling overwhelmed, people feeling off one day. Just because you're a little sad today doesn't mean you're depressed. There are actually people that struggle with depression, but we've gotten so, everybody's a narcissist. And if I'm a little blue today, then I'm not just having an off day, I'm depressed. And if I'm feeling a little stressed out, I'm anxious. And like, we've just, if I like things done a certain way, if I like the certain, the texture of certain things that's totally normal. It's a tactile thing when we like a texture of something. That doesn't mean we have OCD. That doesn't mean that we're suddenly on the spectrum of autism. Like, we've just overdiagnosed all of these things, Stress can make you stronger. Real anxiety is totally different. Absolutely. And that's my point, is we use these terms so loosely now. Max says the bottom line is we don't know the extent of the bullying. Maybe the boundaries were made and disregarded. Right. We don't know I'm not speaking of Millie Bobby Brown. I'm just speaking generally. Suffering is part of the human condition. Yeah. And listen, there's lessons in the suffering. There's, growth in the suffering. I was on a date the other day over the weekend, and I was talking about that. And I was like, people look at me and they look at me and they think I'm polarizing or controversial, or they think that I'm some catalyst for chaos. And not that I'm not an agent of chaos, but I was like, but I think what it is for Me Too and I've learned to accept this part of myself, is that I am not afraid of conflict. And the reason I'm not afraid of conflict was I think a lot of people are they run from conflict. They don't want to face conflict, and I'm the exact opposite. I would rather run into conflict rather than run away from conflict. And it's not because I'm trying to protect my peace. It's not about that. I'm not afraid of conflict because people forget that conflict can often lead to resolution. And sometimes that resolution is we came to a common ground, I changed somebody's mind, they changed my mind, or the resolution is just that, you know what? We're not for each other. You know, we gave it a shot to be friends, we gave it a shot to be lovers, whatever, and it just didn't work out, and we can politely and kindly go about our way, you know? And I think it's okay to run into conflict as long as your intention is not chaos, but your intention is resolution. And that's why I'm not afraid to run into conflict. I'm not afraid to have difficult conversations. I'm not afraid to say something that triggers you or challenges you or makes you feel something, because I'm not afraid of that reaction. I'm willing to sit down and talk through it and work through it, because conflict leads to resolution, but you have to be willing to go through the conflict in order to reach the resolution. People just want resolution without feeling uncomfortable, and that's not realistic, right? You don't know what cold feels like if you don't know what warm feels like. You don't know what happiness is if you don't know what pain is. You know, and so there we go. Christina said it best. Without pain, you wouldn't know joy. Exactly. And Julia's just says, people need to toughen up internally. That's true. Josh says, meow. Lori says, the older I get, I hate conflict. Well, you hate your perceived idea of conflict, right? And I think everybody had, like, conflict doesn't have to be combative. Conflict doesn't have to be chaotic. Conflict doesn't have to be dramatic. Conflict can just be a conversation. And as long as you both hold, an even-keeled temperament, you can do it. I think we also need to be accountable for our actions and have integrity. That's another thing. People don't want to have accountability. You're the problem, not me. You're the narcissist. You're toxic. You're a bad friend. You're X, Y, and Z. And they want to completely absolve themselves of any responsibility or accountability for their own actions by passing the buck off onto somebody else. The art of conversation isn't the same anymore. It's not, Carol. Why not? It can be. We just have to be willing to get back to it. Bo says people need to learn how to count to 10 before they wreck. Listen, I'm guilty of it too. But yes, I agree with you. Kelly says, I'm late, but PR or not, Jonathan Bailey is hot. He is hot. I feel like I'm in my therapist's office. Is this a good therapy session? T with Tambo says, the older I get, I stay away from conflict, BS, and drama. Well, conflict is different from BS and drama. Conflict doesn't have to be a bad thing. Conflict, I think, is a good thing. But listen, there's also running to conflict because it triggers some excitement in you, and that's not healthy either. And I found myself in that cycle of, like, I like going into conflict because I like going into the chaos of it, because it excites me. It gives me dopamine. It takes me back to, a dysregulated system where, I feel comfortable when I'm dysregulated. And so you have to be mindful of that and not fall into that cycle. But I'm just saying there's no harm in conflict as long as you're willing to have resolution. If someone hurts your feelings, you should tell them so or get over it. Yeah. I know it can be or should be. We should be able to agree to disagree respectfully. Yeah. And just know when, like, all right, we'll need to talk about certain things because it's going to get too crazy and we're going to see things differently. All right. That's it's like going to the gym, right? When I tell my friends that face criticism, I'm like, it's like going to the gym. You just have to keep showing up. It's going to be hard. It's going to be difficult. You can't carry as much. You're not going to be as strong. You're going to be fatigued. You're going to be sore. All of those things. That's normal. Like, could you imagine if we then, like, taking physical and emotional, right? We separate the two, but it's kind of the same conditioning, right? If you go to the gym and you get sore, then people are like, oh my God, I went to the gym and I came out sore and that was traumatizing. My body is traumatized. Well, it's like, actually, yeah, you put your body through trauma because your muscle fibers needed to tear in order to build back and become stronger. And that's how you put on muscle, right? That's how you burn the fat. That's how you get better. That's how you become a stronger athlete. It's by tearing down those muscle fibers. It's by pushing your body to the limit. It's by endurance training. It's by resistance training. It's all of those things that are difficult and that could potentially hurt when you're sore afterwards. Your muscles are going to be sore, and that's normal. That's not trauma, right? I mean, or technically, your muscles are experiencing a form of trauma, but like it's very much the same thing in a mental, emotional capacity too. Now, I'm not telling you to put yourself into dangerous, compromised situations, but when you exercise those figurative muscles, they can get better, they can get stronger, and it builds you up. Resilience, you know? Special KKS one says deep breathing helps me and reflection. Yes, breathe and reflection. All right, guys, I love you. I appreciate it. Hit the like button, hit the subscribe button. Be sure to subscribe and like and do all the things. I love you. I appreciate you. I hope you have a great rest of your day. Be sure to leave me a nice Apple Podcast review if you'd like a shout out. I'll give you a shout out for leaving. Well, actually, even if it's not a nice one, I'll still give you a shout out because I even call out the mean ones. So yeah. Joyce says, Zach, do you do a protein shake before you go to the gym? If so, add creatine to it. I drink collagen coffee before the gym. I'll have my coffee and I'll put Vital Proteins collagen in it. And then I'll have creatine as well. And then I'll work out and I'll eat afterwards. So yes, I do all of those things. Collagen, creatine. I do alpha lipoic acid. I do True Niagen's NAD. I do L-citrulline for recovery. I take probiotics. I take Nutrafol. I take seed symbiotics. Yeah, what else do I take? Take a lot of vitamins. But yeah, I do it. I like, you like my hair? Gee, thanks. Just spot it. All right. Love you guys. Appreciate you. Subscribe and like on your way out, please, if you haven't done so yet. I love you. I hope you have a great rest of your Tuesday. Sean will be back on the show tomorrow with David. So Sean and David will be back on the show tomorrow. We also have our friend Ty that's going to be joining us. Ty's Tough Talks. Next week, Link Lauren will be joining us. So get ready. Wednesdays are our spicy days. That's when we tend to trigger some people. So just letting you know now, Wednesday's episode is going to be a little spicy. We're going to be getting into the spicier political talk. But yeah. All right. Ciao for now, guys. See you later. Bye.